Hello and welcome to another episode of ChatG&G. I'm Gags. He's
I'm
Grizz.
gigs.
You're Gigs.
Look. I could be gigs. I could be Gibbs for all you care because you've been on holiday, and I was ready to give it to Gibbsy to the end of
Yeah,
the season.
that's it. Why not? Give it to Gibbsy till
Give
the
it,
end of the season.
give it Gibbsy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But now, welcome back.
thank
How
you.
are you?
Yeah, nice break. See, I just needed the break to lose to Fulham and get Liverpool to announce these these contracts, or at least one.
Finally, eh? We finally have some clarity. Pretty
If we
much.
knew in a
By the
way,
way, by the way, did we mean to wear the same colors?
are
We
we?
did.
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah. Yes, I like that color. It looks
Okay.
better on me, though. I mean, I'll let the chat decide.
Yeah. I mean, you're the more popular one, so they're going to decide you
No,
anyway.
come on. It's not about popularity. It's about, come on, just who it
Yes, it
looks better on. It's about who it looks better on, Yar. Come on, accept. Some things just accept.
Yeah, but you. I don't need a hat, man. Look at
You're
this. Look at this
okay.
perfect. Look at this
I,
perfect
I,
hairline,
I was
bro.
gonna say, if you let me finish, I was gonna say, your hairline though is impeccable, and your hair is impeccable. So look, you win some, you lose some.
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
color
So
is great for
we call
you.
it quits. We call it
Yeah.
quits.
You got the better beard. How's that? We call it
Okay. You've got the better hair. How's that? There you go.
perfect.
You know
Right
that?
now we can carry on with the flipping.
I just wanted to make it clear.
Oh my god!
I
Why
just
is
wanted to make it
everything always a competition, Grizz? We were talking about this.
Listen, it's like the old Sadio Mane and Salah.
Oh,
You know,
that
it's
was
positive. It's
yeah.
positive competition.
It is. It is for sure.
But look, I don't think there's any point dilly dallying, and let's get straight into it.
That's it.
We've been waiting months and months, haven't we, for
Yeah.
clarity. Like obviously, at the start, we wanted everyone to stay, happy days, and then build from there. It's become very apparent as the time went on that it was going to be the two legends of the club that are going to stay. And the
Bless you.
Scouser in our team, and the Scouser in our team looks like he's going to depart. We don't know for 100% yet because we have no official confirmation. But what we do have official confirmation of is King Mohamed Salah extending for another 2 years. What's your initial reaction, thoughts to the whole thing?
Well, I did an initial reaction show earlier with Dave, 8:40 a.m. It was early one, but nearly 12 hours on, 11 hours on or so. It's the same. I think it's amazing. You know, it's amazing that he's signing up. Ali's still having to go at Trent. Yeah, why would I change my mind, dude? Why would I change my mind on Trent? It's fine. Let him do what he wants. The two that we want to stay are staying, so it's going to be fun, right?
Yeah, let's look at the positives for today.
Yeah, exactly. You're totally obsessed with Trent, man. You need to let go, bro. You need to let go. I think this is fantastic news. It's great for the fans. It's great for the club. It's great for Mo. Like, let's be honest. A lot of people were saying he wants money. He wants Saudi. There's a few times we've said, I don't think he has the option of going anywhere else because there is no option. Bayern can't do it. Real Madrid don't want him. Barca don't want him, or couldn't afford him. There is no other club. I mean, PSG, they've just got so much attacking talent right now. They don't need him. They've got youngsters. There's no other place for him to go apart from stay here. And he's agreed a deal, which I don't know if those numbers is what's reported is 20 million. It's like 384K a week. That's not a major rise, like people were saying he wants a lot more money. So I don't understand. I actually think this must have been done a while ago then, Grizz. If you look at the numbers, because 10% increase is not much. I guess he's keeping all of his bonuses as well on top, which, that must be part of the deal. Because if he's agreeing such a low, base, and he's probably increased his bonuses a little bit. So if he keeps performing, he gets the money he wants. So
And that's a win-win situation for Liverpool.
yeah,
Because the only reason we would have been hesitant in offering him a new deal would have
Mhm.
been, we are fearful of a drop off. And we know he's an absolute legend. And we know he's an absolute fitness freak. He's got abs that I didn't know existed. Like, I
Mhm.
only thought there's such a thing as a six pack. Well, he's reinvented a 9 pack, 10 pack. I didn't even know there was muscles that, existed when I see his physique. But we know, regardless of all these things, we know fall offs can happen just like that. We've
Yeah.
seen Sadio Mane fall off just like that. We saw Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, to name but a few of our own. Never mind the Kevin De Bruyne's, the Fernandinho's, for example, other clubs players, right? We know fall offs can happen literally overnight. So we would have been fearful of a fall off around this time of someone's age, right? And especially the intensities he's played at, the amount of football that he's played at, right?
Mm.
So therefore, this bonus system, I think, works for both, because Mohamed can say, "No problem, you give me that bonuses, and I'll score you goals." And Liverpool are saying, "If you score us goals, then we can justify giving you the wage." So, like you said, I think it's a win-win situation, almost like one of those marriage made in heaven. These two, you're right. That's going to take him to 10 years, Gags. That's going to take him to 10 years at Liverpool Football Club. That's some going, bro. That's some going in the modern day and age.
I think, look, it is some going, and I think let's be honest. This suits him. This suits him the best for someone at that age, young family, settled in the city. All of those things mean a lot to the players as well, right? And I think Slot coming in, I honestly think if Slot wasn't as successful as he was or as good as a coach as he was, we probably would have lost a couple of these players, well, more than a couple of these players. It's not just Trent, we would have lost a few more. I think what Slot's come in and done is giving them hope that they can still win all the big things. And obviously this season we're on target to win the biggest one for Liverpool Football Club's perspective. And hopefully next year they can do a little bit better in Europe instead and go for that one and maybe or retain whichever. But the squad needs to be improved if they want to do both, in my view. And also you can see someone like a PSG is improving. A Barca might improve further. There's some real attacking quality out there in Europe, getting better, and we need to do the same. So there's a big job to do still this summer. But I actually love that he wanted to stay, and love that he's going to be settled for 2 more years with us. And I love what the ripple effect of that is for the stuff outside of the club in
Yeah,
terms of one, opposition fans and teams saying, "Oh, damn, he stayed." Two, the attraction of players to come in for the next 2 years,
crucial.
where we want to build, right? And I was saying this morning to Dave Davis, that Mo and Verge are the two. Those are the two areas where we need to expand. Our team or have more players in attack and in defense, and those two staying really helps attract that talent in now. And I think also showing that respect to Slot by staying shows other players that are coming in that this coach is going to win. I mean, winning the Premier League is enough, but then what players think as well. We want to stay with him.
That's a
It,
great point, Gags. I think that's a great point, and it's been spoken about, but not enough. I think. I think the fact that he's earned the respect of these not egos, but big players. Hey, big up PID, one of my greatest followers and subscribers to my channel. Is amazing, amazing guy, top guy as well. If you know, you know. So the way he's handled the situations with the contracts, big personalities, big pressure cooker, and the way he's earned their respect. Because I think you make a very, very good point about players could have gone, said, okay, Klopp's gone, bloody hell, that's our chances of trophies gone. We're not here. We're Virgil and Mohammed want to win now. They're at the stages of their career where they can't afford a rebuild and be part of a rebuild and a rejig of a whole squad, right? Like some were suggesting that is needed. And we know there's changes to be needed. But the fact that they have openly literally begged to stay at this club suggests A, they're very happy with the club, B, they're very happy with the way it's being run, and C, they're very happy with the current coach that's going to coach them for the next 2 years at the very minimum. They're very happy with everything. And that is crucial. I think that's a very, very big plus for Arne Slot, as well as, of course, winning us the biggest trophy in domestic football. He's got the trust and the respect of the big, big boys. And I think that's huge. When you're right, when everyone else looks at sort of, like let's say we approach a player and they're saying, Arnie who? Well, they can say Arne Slot, the one who pretty much VVD and Mohamed Salah have co-signed, right?
Yeah, amazing. It's. I mean, I hope it's tomorrow for VVD. I really do. Just going into the season, but it would also be nice if he's next Friday, just ready for the next game. But I think getting them done close together would be better and out the way, to be honest. Yeah.
We'll block. What you should do, I'll tell you what we should do in the chat. What you do is we get some regulars and we mod them. We make them moderators, and so
Yeah.
therefore we can concentrate on the chat, and then the
Yeah.
moderators can block any abuse or any stupidity in the chat, and
Yeah.
people know. So, for example, PID is a moderator, should be a moderator. He'll be very good. Indian Scouse is a top guy as well. But we'll start making moderators in the chat who can moderate the chat and make sure nothing untowards is said and no stupidity is said. But yeah, look, positive, mad news. I think. I mean, it just gives you positive vibes, right? Just when there was a bit of, I don't know how you want to describe the mood in the Liverpool fan base with recent results and situations, and
been
this.
negative, really negative until this today. Really negative. I think it needed it for sure. I think they've timed it well. Looking at the numbers, it just seems like it's been done for a while, Grizz. And I know you've been telling me for a while that it was done as well. So it feels like this has been done for a while now.
So we know
the games in the press that they just couldn't say it. And whether we agree or not, if they protected Trent or not, the club, that is, it feels like they have been trying to. But maybe Real Madrid have got in touch now and said he is joining us. I mean, we don't know. There's no. I'm guessing.
This isn't based on information. This is based on just reading between the lines, which can be dangerous, but sometimes can be obvious as well, just staring at us. But from reading all the reports and accounts of reliable people and talking to people that you deem reliable, I'm of that opinion now, Gags, too, that I think the club did their utmost best and gave Trent Alexander-Arnold up to the very last minute to decide to stay, to stick with us. And I think it got to a point now where, I mean, as far as we know, he still hasn't told the club officially that he's off. But maybe he's waiting for, I don't know what could be. I don't know what it could be. What's the reasons? I'm hoping and praying and and really, really, really hoping and dreaming that it's a last minute change, because I don't get why else he would not tell the club. Is there any thoughts that you could bring to the table? What you think could be the scene? Because he hasn't told the club that he's off. Now, obviously, the club have to make their contingency plans and have made contingency plans. And obviously, I'm assuming they're assuming that he's gone now. But until he actually says,
I can't think of
thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I just can't. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the feeling. I don't get it. Why are you so afraid? Like, the backlash has already happened, and just let it. I mean, people are already hating you now. You trade to Trent now. I mean, you might as well just tell everyone what's going on and be honest. But I have a feeling that this is a planned step-by-step thing, and he's probably going to do it after lifting the trophy. He'll probably announce it on a pitch,
I think the noise has got out of control, though. I think he tried to control the pace of the news, but it's impossible in this day and age, right?
It's impossible. And also people are just going to, say what they want. And imagine if he stayed now and he said, I was always staying, and all these were just rumors, and it was, I mean, you won't know what to believe then at that point, will you? If it's coming from his mouth that I was always staying, but I was just waiting for Mo and BBT to get done first, out of respect, and then I'm third in line, as I should be, to those seniors in the team. Who knows?
That's a theory. Listen, until
I don't think it's true, but yeah, I'm just saying.
No. We don't listen. Listen, the whole point of a chat, people in
Mm,
the chat, thank you and welcome to all of you. If you could
mm.
just hit that like button, that would be amazing. If you're watching on Twitter, if you could just subscribe to the channel on YouTube, that would be amazing. If you put your notifications on, you will get every single update on every piece of content on Anfield Index. And if you're a Liverpool fan, this is the place to be because there is content pretty much every day, every hour. There is some form of content going on at Anfield Index. The great people behind Anfield Index are doing a great job. Just like, this could be controversial, just like people behind Liverpool Football Club, i.e., Richard Hughes. Now, what's your thoughts on the job he's looks to have done then? Because ultimately there was a lot of pressure on him, a lot of people speaking about what he's done, what's going on. Ultimately, he's tried his best, obviously, with Trent.
Yeah.
It looks at the moment to be unsuccessful, but that's not a fault of his, surely.
No, 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 no. The Trent one looks like a calculated move from his last contract when he signed for 4 years. So, that sounds like it was calculated. So I don't think you can blame if VVD and Mo weren't signed up, I do think people would have said something to them. But I was saying that what I really blamed, or what I was more disappointed in Hughes and Edwards and Slot for, was not actually bolstering the team in January to help them actually try and get further in a Champions League trophy. I do think if we had another right back available, or we had another player that could play in defence at that point available, we might have done better in that second half to get across the line. It's just fine lines and fine things like that. But I didn't actually blame them at all for if you go back and have a look at all the videos, I haven't actually blamed them once for the contracts, because the players didn't know what Slot was going to be like. They obviously, as soon as they were going to sign, I've heard they were going to sign when Klopp was here, but so they would have signed last summer if Klopp was staying. But as soon as Klopp said, I'm not staying, this has got dragged because they weren't sure what direction the club was going to go in.
And that's totally understandable, right? In
I
any
can't blame a
business,
player, and I can't blame Edwards and Hughes for that either. Like, if I was a player in a place and the management changed, I would want to know if, wait, I'm
Gags,
going to sign 4
Gags,
years
Gags,
or
not
2 years.
Gags. Not only the coach has changed, people have to understand and go back the last 12 to 18 months. Not only did the coach change, but so many of the backroom staff changed. Gags, everything has changed. So if you're part of a business, if you're part of an institution, and suddenly people are leaving left, right, and center, and I'm talking from the coach to the bloody guy who reads your blood pressure, right? No, but you know what I mean? Like
Everything changed
everyone's leaving, everything's
drastic.
changed. So you're thinking, okay, let's assess what the new regime is bringing in. And there's no rush. Our heart, but this was the most important thing. Regardless and despite not signing on new deals then, their heart has always been in Liverpool. Do you get it? So
Yeah.
if their heart is always remain in Liverpool, the rest of the things can take care of themselves. And this was very, very, very vital, I think. Very
So
vital.
Ali A things behind the scenes was a mess, but we don't know that. We don't know it was a mess. How was behind the scenes a mess? What's the proof? What's the evidence that it was a mess? These deals could have been done for ages, man.
Brad's got a interesting comment, and if you want to bring that up,
Mm-hmm.
Brad says, "If I'm Trent, I do a sit-down interview with LFC TV where I let everyone know what's going on, and he can thank the fans. They can play emotional music and show photos, videos from when he was young. I don't know how they're going to do it. Have you any theory on how they're going to do it? What do you think should be the right way of conducting himself? Because me and you had a to and fro a few weeks back in terms of what you thought and what I thought and what the fans thought,
He just
and
needs
that's
to be
and that's
honest.
by the, and that's done, right? But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is now, how do
Grizz,
you finish it?
the only
How do
way
you
he
end it?
gets the only way he gets respect, Grizz, now is by being honest. I want another challenge. I wanna go and try something different. I've won everything here. Just be honest. I've loved it here. I've been it since I've been a kid. Or if it's like Liverpool didn't offer me enough money to stay, say it.
No, you can't say that.
Say it.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Say it, because I would respect him more if he was just honest with us. If it's about money, go. You know what I mean? If it's what's the difference? New challenge money. It's money, man. It's all money. This is only about money. Because otherwise you never leave your boyhood club. You never do. It's just money.
Got a first super chat of the night from Chris. You want to bring that up? And
Yeah,
he
man.
says, look, big up Chris, an old
Thank you so
subscriber
much.
of mine. I recognize you, Chris. Welcome to Anfield Index as well, where you can find me probably more regularly than on my own channel, but it is what it is. He says, glad Mo extended. Much needed bounce for West Ham. And that's what we were touching upon in terms of the mood swing, right?
Yeah.
Because if Anfield ain't fucking bouncing on Saturday, Gags, it will never be bouncing.
Sunday. Yeah, it's got to be.
Sunday.
It's got to be bouncing. And I think it will be now. Mo's song is going to be sang, and VVD's song is going to be sang more than it has all season, let's be honest. And yeah, I'm expecting them also to put on a show on Sunday now. I think the players, Grizz, I don't know if the players talk to each other about the contract or they keep it to themselves. They probably do keep it. The clubs probably told them to keep it to themselves. But you probably start getting the itch, like, are you staying or not, man? What's going on next year? We're going to win it, but what's going to happen to us next year? Now that these boys are staying till next year, everyone's going to get a big lift in the club itself. I think the players needed it. One thing when you're somewhere, you want to look at the future, what's going on. Are we going to be as successful as this year? Are we going to win something next year? The players will be like, this is amazing. We get to keep the two talisman, and we can hopefully grow around them now with new players and really go next year for everything and smash it. Like, if we can sign the 5-6 players we've been talking about, I said 9, but the 5-6 players that we've been talking about the last time we were on a show together, if we can do that this summer, we're looking at a fantastic squad going into next season. You know what I mean?
We wanted, look, there's no doubt, and we've discussed it to death, and we'll continue discussing it because it's going to be very topical in the next couple of months. We know we needed to bring in at least 4 or 5 players, right? But it was vital that 4 or 5 wasn't turning into 7, 8. Because if Virgil and Trent and Mo were to leave, then you're looking at realistically, and let's be honest here, guys. We're looking at 2 players to cover each one of those. That's how good. That's the levels they're operating at. Because you ain't replacing Virgil van Dijk with just one other. You ain't replacing Mo's output with just one other.
No.
Do you get what I mean? So you would have had to add, and beat their scores by aggregate, and that means 2 players. You can imagine 2 attackers getting Salah's numbers, but there's no way on this earth you're finding 1 attacker to match those numbers.
It would have been the hardest job. Grizz, it would have been the hardest job for
impossible job, I'd say.
Yeah, it's so difficult to do. And I think that was always the fear. So I didn't even want to think about it. So that's why I've been telling people, don't get too hung up on the contracts. Let's enjoy the season first. But now you can enjoy the rest of the season, folks. That's the great thing about this is these last 7 games now, get behind them and really go for it. So I really hope we sign some, good players this summer. I hope we really sign and take the squad to the next level. So next year we're even better. Imagine a faster and a fitter squad, especially at the back and up top. We could do with some more pace up top as well. Imagine that in a team like this with Slot. It'll be even more lethal than it is, Grizz. It's just there's a lot to as good as we've been, we can still be better than this.
I've got absolutely no qualms in admitting that we're not even the best Liverpool team in recent times. There's been this narrative from rivals saying, "Oh, it's been the worst. We're the worst champions ever." I couldn't give a shit, right? I couldn't give a shit. But B, what does that actually mean?
Wait, 1 minute. We're not the worst champions ever, for one. This is just other clubs. Look, if we're the worst champions ever, your current teams are absolute dog shite then. Why did you let the worst team win? How can it be the worst team when it's only lost twice in a season? It's nonsense.
But if you look at you,
numbers don't stack up with the worst champions ever. Okay?
It doesn't. They just
Arsenal have won the league with low 80s points, right? This team's going to get way past that. So let's not even talk about that. And the title's already over, really. It's 7 games left, and everyone's like, yeah, we're just focusing on the Champions League now. So you tell me how that's not a shit team. That's a very good team that gets to that point. Takes advantage of all the other weaknesses in everybody else's season. We were the most consistent. It's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. We had the best player in the league, Mo Salah. We're the best defender in the league. And Alisson's the best goalie in the league, in my opinion, as well. So
There's no doubt.
at the end of the day, when you've got the best players, you're going to win the league. It's not our fault Man City grew old and lost their DM, and they were dependent on their DM so much. It's not our fault Arsenal got so many injuries because their manager keeps overplaying their players.
Ole makes a very good point. Ole makes a very good point because history books don't discriminate who are the best champions or the worst. It just says league
Number
title
one.
winners, and
Number one.
it will say Liverpool league title number 20, and that's all. That's all we care about. But you're right. Look, I think the first and foremost thing that Slot needs to inject in this team moving forward is pace, and I've been adamant on any platform that I've spoken about. Like, I think we have become from one of the most electrifying teams on the break transition to actually a very slow team, Gags, overall. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, I thought the start of the season we looked good in terms of pace and power, and I think as the season's gone on, we've tired, and now we look like we're running in treacle sometimes. So I think it just needs a few more younger legs in there with quality, pace, so they can
Power.
help with the
Power.
Yeah, I really want a power midfielder, as well. That would be really nice. So I just think there's a lot we could improve on and we can add to. And let's be honest, Szoboszlai is not slow. Diaz is not slow. Gakpo, when he's galloping, is not slow. These guys aren't slow, but they just feel it at the moment because the energy is a bit lower. Ibu is not slow. Van Dijk's not slow either. So there's pace in there, but we just can't. It doesn't feel like it right now. But I bet you once they've got that buzz going and when they're fresh in the new season, they'll be back again. We just need to not use 15 players. We need to use 21 players next year.
I think he will learn that. I think he will learn that, though.
That's right. Yeah. He needs
It's
to
been
have
a
lot more, a squad that he trusts,
Well, we look, Mohamed Salah situation, everyone's done content on it and everyone's spoken about it. And we've done shows on it as well. And you've done shows on it. And we've all spoken. Yeah, exactly. Midnight Talk says, let's hope the league shite next season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. That's the right comment.
Look, Mohamed Salah now gets a chance to break pretty much his own records that he's been breaking.
I think he's got a chance of being second in the Premier League all-time list, and he's got a chance of being second with Liverpool as well.
I think there's a very good chance.
Insane. That's insane in 10 years, Grizz.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you go. You got a question from Samuel. Thank you very much for this, Samuel. We appreciate the super chat. Hi, guys. Thoughts on the Konaté situation?
No panic. I think it's a domino effect. I think, like we discussed about sort of certain players or sort of the senior players wanting to see what the situation is, the next level of player would have been looking at the senior players and saying, okay, I'm going to wait what happens with the big dogs before I commit. I think Ibu will be fine, and I don't think Ibu is going absolutely anywhere. I think it's advanced. I know there's some journalists that think that it's not advanced or it's close. I think differently. I think it's a matter of, again, when, not if, with Ibu as well. But let's hope.
I agree with you. I think the whole squad has been together on this. I actually think even the players that were re-signing were together, like Mo and Verge must have helped each other on, or their agents must have worked together as well on this because they've timed it themselves and they've put themselves in a great position of power with the club. They know they couldn't lose them. And so they've probably advised all the other players as well, wait for us to sign until we're not announced, don't sign your own contracts. So everyone's probably been in the same position where we'll wait until those two are done. If they're staying, we're staying, then because it's that big. I think the trust is that the leadership is that much. Mo, you look at Mo now compared to Mo when Mo was with Sadio Firmino and all that. He was like the third one because he would say they've been here longer. Now you look at Mo in the Liverpool the training videos. Everyone's around him at the coffee bar, in training. They're all talking to him. He's basically like a captain of his own right. Obviously, Virg is the big one. They all listen to Virg, and you can see he's the alpha male. But Mo's the popular one. Mo's the one they want to play with. Mo's the one that they want to have banter with. You know what I
Well,
mean?
this is and Ali obviously makes loads of points. He makes about 100 points a minute, but
Mm.
sometimes he comes out with a good point that we can have a conversation about. The vice captaincy, Mr. Gags Tandon. Obviously, the current vice captain is a certain Trent. It's very. It seems apparent, or it seems like he's off.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think? Which direction do we go with the vice captaincy? Now, let's talk about the nominees. No, I think you're nodding like it's a foregone conclusion. But
It
if it
is.
was a foregone conclusion, it wasn't the first time round. Why wasn't it a foregone conclusion the first time round?
No, because I think the scouts from the team was always looking to be the captain, or at least if that's what he's told the club was going to help him stay, then that's and if Virgil's never playing, unlucky for Trent, Virgil's always playing. Um, he was going to be the next captain in line. Now, with him going, it makes sense for the scouts from the team to be the captain at one point as well. Like Gerard, if the dream was always to be Gerard, then that would be the way you'd go. Obviously, that's not very true because it seems like he's been planning to go. But Mo should have then always been the vice if this was known, but the club didn't know. He's pulled wool over the eyes there. But now there's only one choice. These two are the big dogs of the squad. They are the standard bearers of the squad. Robbo is not a standard bearer anymore, right? So,
Alisson?
no, I don't think Alisson can be a captain. I think he's a standard bearer, of course. He's one of the greatest goalies in Premier League history, as far as we're concerned. We've had that debate before as well. But I think you need players that on the outfield to do this type of stuff. And I really would want Mo to be vice. So if Verge isn't around or isn't playing, then Mo gets the captaincy. He's wanted it the whole time. He's wanted it. It's one of his things where he said, "Yeah, I'd love to be captain. Give me the armband." You know, I think he deserves the respect as well.
Oh no, he's
Oh,
got the respect. I don't think he needs a title as such, like a vice captain, to have the respect. I don't think that will change much in terms of the levels of respect for him. But yeah, I think it's natural. It's a
yeah.
natural process to have Virgil and Salah. I mean, when Trent was made vice captain, I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I didn't like that move from Klopp. I didn't agree with it at the time, and I didn't think Trent is anything remotely like a leader and a captain of this football club.
No, I
Um,
agree.
hmm.
Yeah, I
Cam,
totally agree.
our very own Cam Branch, a good personal friend of ours as well. He's in
The
the chat.
shout.
He says Alexis McAllister for voice captain. Let Mo do Mo. People, let us know what you think should be the vice captain moving forward. I don't think it's an important appointment as such. Do you?
No, but I think it's a good shout. I think it does give respect to somebody though. Being vice captain makes you the next in line to be captain. Maka could be a great shout. Yeah, Maka could be a great. I mean, I love Cam's shout there. And let Mo be Mo. But if Mo wants it, I
No,
would.
if Mo wants it. So this is going to be key. You're
Then you give
absolutely
it to Mo, man. If Mo wants it, it's already a team of captains, Mr. Wall says, and that's a great point as well. A lot of them are international captains. So
right.
yeah, look, all of
We've
these
got, you're
guys
right.
are
We have
agreeing.
got a lot of leaders and captains in the team anyway. Naturally, a lot of international captains. From Robertson to Bradley to Sabozalai, to Allison. No, Allison hasn't captained Brazil, I don't think. But yeah, all sorts of captains and leaders. I think Allison's captained Liverpool before. I'm sure he's had the armband for some period or a game
Yeah,
or two. I'm sure. But look, amazing news. Just the boost we needed. We bounce into West Ham. Obviously, before we look at West Ham, um, a few further links, and we're going to have at least 3, 4 links a day to players now because this is the way we operate. This is the way of the social media, and we know, and clubs know, and agents know that Liverpool need at least 4 or 5 players. So therefore, players will be offered left, right, and center. We will be scouting players left, right, and center. Today's news, major news in terms of reliable information, is from David Ornstein again, who says we have spoken to the reps uh, of Huijsen. of Bournemouth. Your thoughts on the player? So we know he has a £50 million release clause, which is well within our range. We like that range. We like release clauses, and he will absolutely be in our wage bracket as well. Now, couple of questions from that. What do you think about the player? What do you think about the fee? We've got no choice because it's a release clause. And are we able to give him enough minutes considering the other centre backs we've got currently? And how would you go about resolving that?
So I'm going to be completely transparent with you here. I've only watched him when we played him, and I only watch really highlights of the other games. I don't watch full 90 minutes. I have a very busy life, if I'm honest, Grizz. I want to dedicate my time. My football time is Liverpool time only. So football aficionado, I've not been one of them for a long time. I'm more focused on my day job and my family. I'm an older man now, so I'm not a kid who gets all the time to spend watching football. But from what I hear from likes of you and others, and he's a very, very good player. So would I be interested in a very, very good player? Yes. 50 million sounds steep, but that's the market. Kirke's 50 million as well. Steep. Are we really going to pay the same team as well, right? Like, are we really going to spend 100 million with one team? I don't know.
Kirkes won't be 50 million.
Okay. So
Kirkes will be in the region of 35.
Okay. Are we going to spend 85 with one team? We might do. But he's I mean, if Real Madrid were interested, then I'm interested as well, if you think of it that way. But I mean, I think he'd get time. Ibu does get injured, and we need to rotate at the back. We shouldn't be overplaying them at the back. We should be rotating them very regularly. And with Verge getting older next year, I don't want Verge to play 100% of games. I want him to play 85 to 90 of the games, because we need to start to know what it's like without him for some games, like the ones where it's not a massive team or whatever. Exactly, Ali. We need to future-proof VVD, and we need to future-proof Mo as well, that they can last the 2 years. So I think we need to buy quality, Grizz. And if he is quality as much as everybody's saying he is, then we should be going out and getting it. And we've complained before about prices and things like that, and not got, well, we should have, why didn't we just spend the extra 5 million, in the past? And if that's the case here, then spend it. Bring him in, and if he's brilliant, he should be brilliant for us. That's what I'm interested in, is signing very, very good players to improve this squad and make sure we are challenging again on all fronts. Now, I don't think a Kwanzaa is going to be here next year. I don't think a Gomez is going to be here next year. So sign him. We're going to need.
No, I can't see us getting rid of Kwanzaa and Gomez. No chance. Again, that's too much upheaval. That's way too much upheaval, Gags. No chance. I can't see it. I can see one of them. I can see one of them being moved on. I personally wouldn't move on either. But I think if that's the way we only bring in Huijsen, I want to say so be it. But I'd rather not him coming in and replacing a centre back. Now I know it's reality, and we have to face reality sometimes. But I've been having a conversation offline with Sam Maguire. If you guys don't know Sam Maguire, he's a very good writer.
How can you not know Sam Maguire?
Writes for a lot of platforms, including Anfield Index, I believe.
No, in the past he was.
In the past.
He is the prodigy from Anfield Index. There you go. Yeah, he started here.
I messaged him in private about a week ago saying we have met with Huijsen's reps and what your thoughts on him. And his initial reaction was, I'm not sure about his dual success rate aerially. Even though he's 6'5", he's a monster. He's an absolute 6'4". He's an absolute monster in terms of height wise, but he's not the most physically commanding. But he's 19, 20 years old. That will come. But when the news broke, because obviously Sam just ignores when I say I've heard. That's me and Sam's, relationship and friendship. So, but then when Ornstein sort of mentioned it as well, I went back to him and I said, have you changed your mind now in terms of this player? And he said, look, I'm still worried about his aerial ability to win duels. And we normally go for people with far, far higher success rate than him. He was telling me about sort of how Virgil and Konaté have always been dual winners throughout their ages. So he was apprehensive about that aspect and that aspect only. But in terms of the price, in terms of the wage bracket, in terms of future potential, in terms of his ability, I think this is as close as you're going to get to a no-brainer, Gags. I think 50 million release clause automatically gets him. I know the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool and Real Madrid are in for him. Now that's a high caliber of club there.
Well,
And like
exactly.
you said, if all these clubs are after you, there must be something about you. I do like him. I actually do like him. I get the physical side of things, but I think that will come with time, with maturity, and obviously filling out. I don't think he's filled out enough yet, completely naturally as well. So I'm up for that. I've got a strong feeling that we make this happen. I genuinely think we make this happen. I think he could be one of the earliest signings of the season, but one to keep an eye on for absolute sure. Is there any
Absolutely.
other names? Is there other names that you? Oh, so obviously moving
Well,
up the field.
Samuel L's put in a super chat, so let's answer this one first, Chris, if you don't mind. Any ideas who would be Salah's future understudy? I think they can't afford to put an understudy in for Salah if he's going to play most of the games.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. Can you remove that Saeed fella from the chat? I wish I had access. I would do it for you.
No, I do.
Yeah, he's just making silly comments left, right, and center. It's not needed. We're trying to have a football chat here. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So big up Suj. Suj is in the building. Let's
Let's get
bring up
Suj
Suj's
on.
comment.
Big up Gags and Brother Grizz. Hit the like and subscribe, people. As a football fan, glad Salah is here. We need to keep the greats in the league. That's an Arsenal fan again, folks. Thank you very much, Suj.
But there is respect from other clubs about Salah staying in the league because you want to see the great players in the league,
Yeah,
right?
you do. You do.
You know,
Absolutely.
it is a thing, and we saw that the fullback from Nottingham Forest. Forgot his name now. Aina, I think it's
Mm.
Aina,
Mm.
who was like, "Oh my God, Salah staying, the world's in trouble." I mean, that just shows you that the respect and levels of what people think about this guy. It's not only us Liverpool fans; it's present players that are
But
thinking, "Oh my God."
players, honestly, opposition players will be like, "Yo, he's leaving. It's going to be an easier game against Liverpool this year." Every defense, when Salah's coming on the pitch, they're all like a bit nervous. What the hell is he going to do this time? How's he going to make us look stupid this game? It's a real thing.
Oh, yeah,
Mind
Aina,
games.
that's it, yeah.
Just a player turning up is mind games.
Yeah, I
So
think it's huge. Psychologically,
was it Ibu? It was Ibu that said, every team that plays us, that's the biggest game for them. That's the biggest game for them. You can tell when they turn up, they don't want to be embarrassed by us. They'll go to play other games and other teams, and they just roll over because they're not as arsed. But when they play Liverpool, they're the most arsed right now, or they have been while Konaté's been here. It feels like every game's a challenge because they know the world's watching this game. They know if I need to make a name,
it's a chance. It's a chance to make every player when he plays Liverpool. It's a chance. It's a window of opportunity. It's a chance to make a name for yourself. Oh, do you remember? I don't know. Name a random player. Anyone. Just Oh, do you remember when X scored against Liverpool? Breaking their unbeaten run or whatever, or stopping them from winning the title. You know, it's it really is a thing. I don't think it's fantasy. I don't think it's a myth. But opposition fans, when they play Liverpool, opposition players, when they play Liverpool, they do raise their game. But that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
We need to be used to that and
But
accept that.
we've been exceptional with it this year until the turn of the year. I think what was it? I think the Under Pressure lads on AI. If you haven't ever heard the Under Pressure podcast, you'll learn a thing or two. Make sure you do listen to it if you're a subscriber, or try and catch a half an hour free if we still do that on YouTube. I'm not sure. You'll see that on the free side though on Apple. But we won I think 90 to 95% of the sprints, or maybe we won every game for the sprints up until January the 1st, right? Since January the 1st, Grizz, how many games have we won the sprint? What do you think against the opposition?
Since
As in
January.
yeah. How many
Wow.
times?
Okay, forgive me first that I haven't watched this episode, so I
No,
can't be
that's
cheating
fine. You
because I'm
don't have to.
watching.
I don't expect you to listen to everything.
And
It's
I
a just
think
guess.
since January, did you say?
Yeah.
How
So
many
if we
games have we
take
played?
20 games, how many do you think we've won the sprints in?
8.
3.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to say is, when I
Wow.
keep saying to you guys all the time that we needed more legs in Jan, because I could see this was coming. We did this last year.
Wow.
We're lucky that it hasn't been a drop off like last year, like a crazy one.
You've
But
killed me,
the
dude.
point is, we won every single game almost up until Jan in the sprinting. So we were outworking everyone. So we were battering them. And so everyone's like, oh, since January, we've been a bit shit. Well, yeah, no shit. Like, they're a bit tired. So to be actually still doing well till March again, it was really good. And they've secured pretty much the league by then now. But that's because the rest of the league too. Next year, that might not be the case. So we need some legs. We really need players that he can trust. I wish he trusted Chiesa. I wish he trusted Elliot. I wish he trusted Wataru more so that we could save. And I wish he didn't play Ryan so much that he's a shadow of himself in from November.
Well, that's going to be addressed ASAP. That has to be. If that doesn't, then Slot will go down in my estimation as one of the greatest coaches of all time.
You, you have to.
No, I've got him right now. No, for me, he's the greatest coach of all time right now.
Ryan Gravenberch is completely different to the player he was in October, November. He was awesome. I haven't seen him do a turn in midfield since the new year. You know those turns that he was trademarking in the first half of the season? I haven't seen him take one like that this year, 2025. Why?
You know what? You've absolutely smashed me with that stat, Gags.
Yeah.
I'm blown away with that one. Only 3 games we've won the sprints.
Yeah. We are getting outworked by everyone. Why do you think we lost the Carabao final? They outworked us completely. Why with PSG? PSG was shit until Jan. And since Jan, they've been amazing. So they've done the opposite trajectory. So they knocked us out.
Yeah, well, we need to address that. That is, yeah. Do you know what? This is why, guys, you have to be subscribed to Anfield Index. Because this kind of information and data is what these guys do. So make sure you go out and check out Anfield Index and subscribe. Look,
we got
the next team
from Samuel.
Oh,
sorry.
Samuel says, I feel like we will go in for Xavi Simons, another Dutchman playing in Germany at the moment.
He's good though. He looks good. But I think I've only watched like the highlights on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, what do we do?
The boy.
Yeah, but if we sign him, I feel as though it will be Harvey Elliott replacement. Now, I'm not ready
10, right?
Yeah, I'm not ready to go. Well, he can play on the left. He can play as a 10.
Because then Dom can be a midfielder, right? It's the legs in the midfield, which is better.
Now, this is the more sensible option. I think a big tactical change. It's weird saying this though, Gags. We've just fucking won the league, bro. How can we suggest tactical changes when the guy has blitzed the league?
Because we know
we don't know.
League, no, because we know the league will get better. We know Man City will get better. So, well, we hope they don't. Let's hope they don't. Dave Hendrick doesn't think they will, but
I don't think they will. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's also Arsenal again.
Arsenal might get better because they'll still throw money at it, right? Now, we want to make sure that we match that get better as well then.
100%.
Right? So I want to win it by 11 again next year. I want to win it by 12 again. I don't want a 1-point title race. We've done that 4 or 5 times. I lost them.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, people are bored. Again. You know what, Gags? People are bored. I want it to be boring. I want to win the title.
I want to win it by March. I don't give a shit. I just want to win. I don't want these late last day wins. It's too bad for the heart, man. I'm old. I've done that shit and we lost them enough times.
Xavi Simons, look, with regards to respect to that super chat, thank you again for the super chat, Samuel. Xavi Simons is a great little technical player. Not for me, though. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but he doesn't do it for me. Now, that doesn't mean anything. You just
So
asked for my opinion.
Maguire,
Yeah, you just asked
uh,
my opinion, and I've given my opinion. So he's a great little player, but not for us, for what I think we need. I think we need raw pace and one-on-one ability in terms of an attacker and someone who's very strong and technical ability um, in midfield. Sam Maguire, I moved on from it. Yeah, he tweeted me and I said, I tweeted him back. I said, haha, I won. And then he said, he tweeted back, said, okay, I retract my statement again after this post. So
cheeky bugger. That's
yeah,
what he is.
so it is what it is. But listen, the next team that's about to raise their game or will try to raise their game is West Ham on the weekend.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts going into this game?
I'd be
Are you are you
disappointed.
are you just after a win again, or do you just? Is there a part of you that really wants to put on a show?
I do. I wanna. I wanna enjoy a football match again after a long time. And I would really like us to blitz them in the first half so that we can have a bit of a relax and send a message to the rest of the league that this is actually done now, properly done, and the boys are staying, and therefore you need to watch out next season and let them shit themselves a little bit. I love it when opposition fans and clubs crap themselves because we've done something good. And they can all say Liverpool are just winning the league. Grizz, I don't know where you sit on this one, but just winning the league is
Oh, I love that. I laugh
absolutely
every time they say that.
hilarious.
I laugh.
We're just winning the league. Yes, the league that Arsenal haven't won for 20 years. The league that United haven't won since when? 10, 12
God knows.
years?
God knows.
And I don't know. Let's go Spurs. How long have they haven't won it for? 50, 60 years. You're talking, hey, if it was so easy or if it was just a why aren't you winning it then? You know?
Yeah,
So
it's a ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous agenda and narrative that's just basically based on absolutely nothing.
but it's
But
funny that
bitterness.
even Gary Neville came out and goes, just the league. This is a tremendous season for Liverpool. No matter what anyone says or does, this is I mean, even the most biggest hater of haters has come out and said on live TV, this is an incredible season. Anyone saying it's not is just a hater. And like when the opposition is saying it like that, you know that this is a brilliant season. So just because we lost in the Carabao and just because we lost to Paris, who might go on to win the whole damn thing.
Oh, they were bloody good against Aston Villa. They cooked.
There's no shame to lose to Newcastle either. They wanted it in that match.
Yeah, absolutely.
They wanted it. So there's no shame. And, just applaud when you lose to the better team. Fulham, on the other hand, which we haven't talked about, we just made so many bloody mistakes.
It was horrible.
Yeah, they wasn't even the better team won. It was just we were just awful in that first half and we gave it away. And that's what
it was
we
25 minutes. It was without doubt the worst 25 minutes under Slot's tenure.
And we've said that
worst
multiple times in this calendar year, 2025. And that's why I keep saying to you about the sprint stuff. It's so important. His squad is built on working harder. Klopp's squad was built on working harder than the outwork the opposition, you win games. That's the motto. The brilliant thing about Slot is he's a little bit more tactical than Klopp, so he can control the game more. So if you're outworking and you can control, you win leagues. So we just need more legs next year.
In that case, or taking everything that you've said into consideration, what's the team that you're picking for West Ham? Oh, based on what we've seen against Fulham, do you want to give a kick up the backside to a couple of players, or are you saying, look, you've done all the hard work, go and finish the job, you stupid idiots? How are you going to approach this?
I think
if you're Slot,
I think we go. I know we hate playing Diaz up top, but we're going to have to go back to Diaz. I thought Diaz has been really good the last few, he's actually tried in a few games.
Yes, he's been very impressive. Yeah.
I want Gakpo to start left, please. I just think he adds something for Mo in the final third that Mo can find at the back post. We've been missing that since Gakpo's been out. We've not been scoring enough. So I'd like Gakpo, Diaz, Mo. I think Diaz works very hard and he's a bloody nuisance as well for defenders. So that's good. Plus, he looks like he wants it again right now. In midfield, I could really do without playing Ryan for one game. If people don't mind, I would like to have Mac, Dom, and Jones in there. Bradley will start, I feel. Robbo will start, and we'll go Ibu Konaté, Ibu Konaté, and Verge, and then Alisson's back as well. I hear. So that's the first team for me. Would you change Jota for Diaz, maybe, or go
No.
Diaz and Jota, Mo?
No. I want to go. I want to go same team.
Okay. Great.
I know it goes against everything that you've been preaching, sort of,
Well,
to me every show pretty
same
much in
team
terms
as-
of fatigue, in terms of I want to go.
no, but fatigue
I want to
now.
start Diaz. Sorry, I want to start Diaz.
Yeah, fatigue now. There's no fatigue now. Like it's 7 days.
Bradley comes in. Bradley
Yeah, they
obviously
got
comes
2
in.
days off, fully recovery in this week. If they're still leggy now, we've got a problem. A big problem in the
Yeah,
last few games.
yeah. I think I'm going Bradley, Konaté, Virgil, Robbo, same midfield, usual midfield, and then I'm
Oh,
going up.
Ryan then.
Yeah, Ryan. And then I'm going Jota again. I'm going Jota, Salah,
Diaz.
Diaz.
That's interesting.
Curtis
I do think that's Tony to start.
Curtis Jones hasn't been bad.
No.
I'm just going with the same team to start off with, to put the wrongs of that horrible first half right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it should be. It should be enough, right? We're not
Yeah.
when we're playing West Ham. I don't think, at the top of my head, people let me know in the chat. I don't think West Ham are playing for anything as such. They're not getting relegated, and I don't think they're getting Europe.
No.
I
I think if
Potter
we
will
get an
be.
early goal, Grizz, that might be that. That's the important thing.
But this is it. This is where I want to fast start, and we play this amazingly controlled style of football, which almost lets the opposition get comfortable as well. So it's something to look forward to next season as well, in terms of how do we approach the start to games. I'm intrigued by this, because I think Slot's the type of coach that analyzes this kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be interesting. I do hope. Is it at 2 p.m. again? Is it?
You've caught me out there. I'm not sure.
I think it is at 2 p.m.
I should know, but I don't. Mr. Blue Chip TV is in the building, and he's spamming the chat. And he says, "Hello, Grizz. Isak Hogya. I wish Isak was Hogya, Merabai. I wish Isak was Hogya. He's my number one. I don't know about you, Gags. He's my number one target. If you could give me one.
What about Victor? What about Victor? Would you not go for Victor?
What's your name?
60 mil cheaper than Isak.
Of the price, guaranteed goals. But Isak is,
mate, the fear that boy, the fear that.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
Fear in league. Oh my god! Everybody.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you on that. I'm just saying, Isak is aesthetically beautiful to watch. He's my kind of footballer. He's got a bit of Anelka about him. He's got a bit of Bobby about him. It's like Anelka and Bobby rolled into one, and that's quite a lethal mix. I do really like Isak. I don't think, if Newcastle get Champions League, I don't think we stand a chance.
Nope.
If Newcastle don't get Champions League, then I think if we offer enough money, I think we could prize him away.
And I think Newcastle got a good chance of Champions League, by the way. They got two
I
games.
think they've got a very good chance of Champions League.
Exactly. So that's what's going to dictate everything here.
Oh, we're not going to end on a damn squib. If we don't get Isak, I absolutely believe we will get plenty of other attackers and potent attackers around Europe. And guys, how many times have we been brilliant with our second or third choices? Come on. Our track record for our hit rate for second and third choice players is amazing. An hour has flown by.
It has, mate. It always does when we're talking. We don't shut up, do we? So there's never
No,
a dead
I
silence.
admit I've got problems. Yeah, I don't. I admit it. I've got problems. Like in terms of not shutting up. Like no other problems, guys. Don't worry. Don't panic.
I got problems.
No. Like I just wanted to add. I've got problems in terms of I can't shut up, and I can't shut up when Liverpool are about to win the league. I can't shut up when Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah are about to sign new contracts that will tie them down to this club. I can't shut up because we need to speak about our legends and our clubs and our players and our coach. And I can't shut up when other rival fans are spitting feathers and going mad at how boring this league is. Oh, Liverpool have had it this, and oh, this is only the league they're going to win. I can't shut up, Gags.
Yeah,
and rightly so. We
I
should
had
cherish
my
these moments.
I had my Liverpool grey top on. You know the zipper on. I ended up dropping chicken masala on it, man. So I had to get it in the wash. That's why I was
Are you
changing.
one of those eaters of curry where you always know you've had a curry by looking at your clothes?
No, it was bad luck today. Normally I do eat well.
I don't know. I've got my doubts
So
now. I think
I
you're
did
one of
the
those ones
show.
that's so. I think you're one of those that's so not used to having curry. When you do, you panic and you make it go all over your clothes. I think you're one
Don't
of
be
those.
silly. Don't be silly, Grizz. Basically, I was wearing it
Okay, no
all
problem.
day. So I was wearing the zipper all day after the 8:40 show for Salah. So on work, on the Zoom calls or on the Teams calls, I had my Liverpool thing on all day. And the United fans were like, oh my God, did you have to wear that today? Like, of all days, Mo Salah's staying. And they were giving me so much jip, man. I was like, so when was the last time you won the league, boys? Because guess what? It's number 20. 2-0, and they're like, oh, so you finally caught up. I'm like, mate, it took you lot ages to catch up first. You forget your history, don't you?
Forget
Because
it.
that's all we've got now. History. I go exactly.
How the tables have turned, and this is why me and Gags, and we're not telling you how to support your club, but we're just giving advice that those that want to take it, if you don't want to take it, shove it up wherever you want to shove it up.
The
But
sun
we're
don't
saying
come.
cherish these moments. These moments are few and far between. You never know. Football's cyclical. This is a glorious time to be a Liverpool fan. And if you want to sit on, whether you're on a stream or whether you're on Twitter or whether you're on Facebook, where you're in a pub, or in a bar, in a car, and if you want to just moan about the owners and the players and X and Y and we don't spend wages, that's on you. But you're going to miss out on some amazing, amazing fun. I have I had such a mood swing today when I heard about the Mohamed Salah announcement and obviously the whole Liverpool winning the league and the sun's out. Enjoy it, cherish it. This is what fandom is about. But listen, people, it's been an epic show. Over 150 of you guys have been on YouTube, close to 1.5K on Twitter. The support is growing. We're humbled. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep following Anfield Index and the guys. And over to Gags for any last words.
Yeah, thank you so much, folks. I'll be back on Sunday straight after the match to do a live show to cover the post match. Hopefully, it's a big, big win, and a Mo Salah hat trick would be lovely to celebrate. But once again, Grizz, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for such a great hour. Just flew by.
Gupshup.
Gupshup.
Gupshup means basically people. Gupshup means ChatG&G. Chat.
G&G. Gup gup.
Gup gup.
Gup and gup.
Brilliant. Gup gup. Brilliant. ChatG&G. You thought ChatG&G. Now you know what it stands for. Gup gup. Brilliant.
Oh my
Well done,
God. That's a
Gags
good
is,
one.
guys, Gags is inadvertently brilliant. He doesn't mean to be brilliant. Sometimes it's accidental partridge, He's accidentally brilliant sometimes. But listen, fair play. He's got great
Oh,
hairline.
I'm gonna
I've got a
go.
great beard. We've got great color coordination going on today. Liverpool about to win the league. This has been ChatG&G. Out with a bang. Love you loads. Peace, love, and tranquility to you all. Take care.